guys, welcome to the Old Ultra Runner channel. I'm Jay, and today I wanted to do my full review on the Saucony Endorphin Pro. Now I realize these shoes have been out for over a year. They've actually recently come out with the Endorphin Pro 2, but being an older, slower guy, I didn't think I needed to spend $200 on a pair of carbon fiber plated shoes because I didn't think they would make that big a help an old slow guy like me that much. But I was very intrigued by them, and I've been wanting to try some carbon fiber plated shoes. This is actually the second pair of carbon fiber plated shoes I've owned. I've also purchased and have previously done a review on the Atreyu the Artist, but now I'm going to do the one on the Endorphin Pro. Some months ago I saw them on a big sale on Running Warehouse for like $100, and that seemed like a good enough point to buy them and purchase them. I now have about 63 miles on them, so I'm ready to do my full review. First, I will say the Endorphin Pro 2s are apparently very similar. They've changed the fit just very slightly. I think they're almost the identical shoe. The uppers changed a little bit. My understanding is the outsole and the midsole are still the same. The Endorphin Pro has a 39 millimeter stack height in the heel, a 31 millimeter stack height in the forefoot. They do have a good bit of rubber on the bottom, which is going to help them last a little bit longer. They have a full carbon fiber plate, and they have a Power Run PB midsole, which is Saucony's soft PBA based midsole. It's actually very soft and squishy, but I will say that the carbon fiber plate is very stiff, and even with that soft midsole, these are very firm ride shoe, which actually for a racing shoe doesn't bother me at all. Coming from the old days when you would run in racing flats that were pretty firm, and I've run in a lot of zero drop shoes without a lot of stack height. So I actually don't mind the firm feel for a faster shoe. The thing that was very different for me is these having the 8 millimeter drop from heel to toe. I have gotten where over the years I had some form problems. I worked a lot on getting my foot strike up to a forefoot midfoot strike. I do now hit my heel on the left side a little bit, but I'm pretty light heel striker on the left side, but I'm mostly a foot striker. But I have not run, until they got these shoes, I had not run in a heel to toe drop of more than 6 millimeters in probably 8 or 10 years. So it was a little different running in an 8 millimeter drop. I will say I could actually feel the amount of drop being a little bit more. I could tell they were, it was a little bit more drop than I'm used to, but it really didn't bother me. These shoes have what they call speed roll technology, which is supposed to help it roll off. It's the geometry, the way they put the shoe, and it's supposed to help it roll through the foot strike really well. And I will say that actually feels really good. The upper is a thin engineered mesh that I think breathes really well. Now these are a dark color. These were the color that they had available in my size at the cheaper price, but I've really gotten where I like them. I kind of like the orange and purple, but they breathe well, they grip my foot well, they're able to lock down on my foot well, so I've been happy with them. They do have a gusseted tongue. It's attached on both sides. The tongue is extremely thin, but once you get it in place, it's comfortable and stays in place well. I will say, because it's so thin, I sometimes as I'm putting on the shoe, I kind of mess with it a little bit to get it in the right place, but once you've got it locked in and tied, it's great. The thing they promise always with carbon fiber bladed shoes is they will help you run. You're supposed to be able to run more efficiently and faster, and I would say these are very much a success in that category. I ran a race in them in middle of September. It was the Paris Pear 25K, put on by Trail Racing over Texas. It's normally a trail racing company, but they were putting it on in the net trail. in Paris, Texas, and it was actually a paved portion of the trail, so it really was like a road race. And I definitely had my better performance of the fall in these. The only thing, I ended up missing the turnaround and added some distance, so I ended up running 17 miles. But I could look at my clip at the 13 mile, at the half marathon point, at the 13.1 mile pace, I was under 2 hours, which for me these days is extremely good. I don't know, it's probably been a couple years since I've broken 2 hours in a half marathon, so I was very pleased with that. I kept up the pace really well the whole rest of the way. You'll see my final total pace was a little bit less than that, just because when I got near the finish line I ran into a friend of mine that I hadn't seen in several years, so I slowed down and walked and talked to him a little bit just to visit. But the shoes worked great for me. I've since used them. They pretty much have been used on a few shorter runs. I ran that one race, and then I was doing the Hula Loop 6 hour here almost 2 weeks ago, and I ended up covering 23 miles in them. They again felt really good. I really liked them. I will say that the firm feel and feeling the plate, as you get probably upper teens or around 20 miles, I can feel the plate. So I'm not sure, I know I could tolerate it and be happy with it up to a marathon, but I don't think I would really want to run much further than a marathon in them, because by then the plate, I start feeling it more, and I'd rather have a little bit softer shoe. So I don't really know how to estimate how long they will last for me, but I would guess probably in the 250 to 300 mile range, which is good for a race shoe. Anyway, I have been very pleased with these shoes. I've enjoyed them. Probably worth considering the Endorphin Pro 2s if you are looking for those sort of shoes, or again looking for them on discount like I got them. I'm enjoying the shoes very much. That's about all for me. Oh, as far as the up to a marathon, I'm actually thinking about looking for a pair of the Endorphin Speeds, which have the nylon plate, which should make them a little less firm for if I'm doing a longer road race. It might be worth considering. Or I'll just go back to some of my other shoes, which are good without a carbon fiber plate for if I do a longer ultra marathon. But anyway, these have been great shoes. I've enjoyed them. I hope you enjoyed my review. And if you liked the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. If you would, please consider checking out more of my content, or possibly even subscribing to my channel. And other than that, keep moving.